Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my stream. I thought I would start a discussion. I know there have been a lot of discussions about the new app uh, since we since it's been released about 11, 12 days ago. I just wanted to get everybody's feedback as to what your experience has been with it, because I know everybody's had a different experience, um, whether good or bad. Um, I will say this from the outset: we do need to give the app a chance to prove itself. It is brand new. It is going to have glitches, as everything does when it first starts out, because they don't know how it's going to go at first. Let them work on them, and then hi, good to see you, Damon. And let them work on it, and let them build it up the way it should be. We know there's a lot to be done. I'm sure they're going to take our requests into consideration as far as things that we would like to see. That being said, there's some things we probably will never see. And that, for one, is the landscape. I would prefer to do my broadcasts in landscape. However, that's not possible at this time. They said portrait seems to be what everybody likes. And so we won't have landscape. However, I do feel that the app is getting better and better all the time. We just have to give it a chance to prove itself. Um, I do too, but you could probably send them to them an email, Damon, about the map. I understand what you're talking about, a map like Periscope had. That was awesome to have that map. I miss Periscope for that. I don't miss a lot of things about Periscope, but I do miss that because um, you take Periscope over Happs. The creators of Periscope just were not um, up on things, I should say, and they never really cared that much for their viewers like Happs does, because Happs makes sure that we're all happy. But Periscope didn't seem to be that way, because I complained a lot and it never went anywhere. So that being said, if we've got a problem with Happs, um, we don't say bad things about the owners or the creators, because that's not going to do any good. You know, they want us to have a great community, and we need to stick together as a community and come together, because the only way we're going to bring this together is to do that very thing, is not bash each other, not bash the creators, but just come on here and enjoy ourselves. And if you're not featured, or if you don't get all that many views, it doesn't really matter. There are some that I saw one on my home page. It was a music one that had 125K views. And I'm thinking, wow, that means a lot of people like music. They like music, they like art. A lot of them don't just like chatting broadcasts. However, you'll get some people interested, but not everybody. But we got to do what we got to do. Well, it doesn't say how long a broadcast was. I know it doesn't, does it? Um, you find that out during the replay, though, Damon. When you look at the replay, when you first tap on it and it gives you the title, and you see that bar across the bottom, it does tell you the time that the it took. My walking one this morning was 31 minutes 31 seconds, I think, because I looked at it on the computer this morning. You're right; it doesn't give you the time. Like we at Periscope, we knew exactly how long we were on, you know, or the other halves, we knew exactly when we were on too. I could just look up there and see exactly how long I was on. But that's not something I'm really too concerned about at this time, because that's minor. Um, oh, how many days ago? Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, like I said, I did find something else out today when I was in Haps a little earlier. That Seymour tab, I was never able to push on the Seymour, and I knew there had to be something to the Seymour tab. So I tapped on it this afternoon, and you get a long list of your followers. If you're following quite a few now, a long list of your followers that broadcast, whether just today, yesterday, a few days ago. You can see uh, um, what they broadcast, and you can go in there and watch the replay, or you can go live, because it'll say live right at the top. So that's an awesome thing to have too, because right now there's no way we know who to follow. It's hard to know who to follow. You got to type everybody's name in, but I'm not really worried about that right now. Just basically, Um, Look at your notifications and see who came on. If it's somebody that you're following and you want to go in their broadcast, you go in their broadcast. If it's somebody that you don't want to see, then don't go into the broadcast. Like I said, I go into the activity tab to find out who's on or who was on that day. And if I want to watch the replay, I go in and tap on it, brings the replay up, and I can watch it. Um, Everybody has a different way of doing things. That's how I do it. Now somebody else may do it different, but we have to learn to adjust to new things. Sometimes it's really hard to make an adjustment and to adjust to something brand new because people don't really like change. Now, when I knew the new app was coming, I was anxious for it. I didn't know what it was going to look like, how it was going to be. And now that we have it, it is quite a bit different than the other one. Now, some people say they like the older app better than they do the new one. It's just because they were used to it for a year. Once you've been in this for a while, then you'll get used to this too. Um, I like the fact that I can download my streams if I want to download them, put them on YouTube. I can download them and go in my camera roll so I can put them on YouTube. I like that idea. I couldn't do it on the old apps because I had to go into my computer, download it from there, then um, drag and drop them up to YouTube, which is a little bit harder to do. I just rather open up the my camera roll YouTube app and just drag the video down into the YouTube and it's automatically there. But you know, I just couldn't do it that way. But now because it said when you get done with it got done with my broadcast, it said manage your broadcast. I thought, wonder what this is. Because I wanted Sabbath's thing up on YouTube. Of course, I had streamed to YouTube on Sabbath, which I took it off this morning, but I decided I was going to look and see what managing the broadcast was. And it said, download your stream. Well, it took a little time to download it. And I checked this morning. I didn't know if it was on my camera roll or not. I looked at my camera roll and I said, sure enough, it was there. And I started playing it. I said, well, okay, did it get there? And does it play? Yes, it plays. So it does work. So I'm glad for that part of it because I didn't like the old Happs, the fact it wouldn't come on your camera roll. This doesn't automatically either. You just have to download it to your camera roll. I mean, that one you couldn't do anything, put it on your camera roll, period. You had to put it on your computer and then transfer it over into the to YouTube. And that's a roundabout way to do it, but I did it. But all in all, I think this is a good app. It's lacking some things. We know it's got glitches, and it's lacking things that it should really have. But there isn't much we can do about that. It's going to come. We just have to be patient. They can only do so much at once, you know, at one time. And there was just an update on it, I think Friday. I think Friday there was an update, I believe. It was a pretty good size update, and I updated it then. So they'll probably update it periodically, and we just got to keep up with it. I think that it will, Damon. We just have to give it a chance. I know that you don't care for it very well, and a lot of them say that they prefer to have the old one better. But there was a lot of things to that old one that you see here. This is a lot cleaner. They removed all the bells and the whistles, and I like that part of it. And it's still easy to flip your camera, manage users. I figured that how to invite people. Somebody told me how to do that. So I'll get that. Do that one of these days when people want to come up. But anyway, it's going to take a while to learn everything. The first day I went to broadcast on here, I hadn't broadcast on it yet, and I was going to do a walking broadcast, and I put my stream in, I put the title in, and I put in some hashtags, which I found out you really don't have to. You don't have to put your location either. So I removed that. Well, it doesn't come on my streams anyway. So you got the keyboard at the bottom, and it says next. I never thought to push that next button, and I kept saying, well, "Why do you go live on this thing?" So finally, I decided after about the third time, I said, "Well, maybe I push this next button. It'll take me to the." Sure enough, it did. It took me to the live screen. So that's how I figured out all my own. We do need some tutorials. I believe we do. We need tutorials to learn the ins and outs of this app because there's a lot to it that we may not know. And I think on the broadcast studio, it's a lot cleaner too, a lot cleaner than it was. There's not so much bells and whistles. It takes a little time to figure that one out. I put my went on my profile to watch my broadcast this morning. It says join the stream. I says, well, why do I want to do that? Well, you got to join the stream to see all the chat that came through. So it uh, puts it on one screen, got your video on one screen and the chat on the other, so you can see what people said. So that's a good thing too. So, but I won't use a computer for broadcasting because I really don't like to do that. I prefer to use my phone. Makes it a lot easier since I'm gone sometimes anyway, and I like to broadcast. You can't do it on the computer when you're out and about. So that's why I use my phone. And I don't find too many problems with it. I know I probably had some freezing up with this morning, and I didn't know it was freezing up until I went to watch my broadcast. And boy, it real froze up bad. There isn't much I can do about that. I was in some poor areas, I guess. So, and right now I don't have it on Wi-Fi, and I probably should have put it on Wi-Fi. I don't have it on Wi-Fi, but if it gets bad and it gets poor, just let me know. But I got to be careful that I don't swipe myself out because you can pull it from the top and swipe yourself down and swipe completely out of the app. So that's the only thing bad about this. So maybe I just better leave it alone. I'll just let it work itself out. Anyway, I know there's a lot of people that don't really care for the app that much. They prefer um, the other app. But maybe, if you take the other app and this and then combine them, you'd have a good app too. Um, oh, it's not on Android yet. Yeah, that's true. I was on Heckle, but I left it, Damon. I just didn't enjoy it that much. I broadcast once on Heckle, but they're getting into things on there that I do not like. Simon, the owner, is getting into sexual broadcasts, and I've seen Veneer talk about it, and I'm not interested in that kind of stuff at all. If it's going to go that way, uh-uh. I would rather stay on Happs and know that I don't have to deal with that on here because they're not going to accept that stuff on here. No nudity, no stuff like that, no sexual stuff, you know, and they won't allow the trolls. So I guess, so that's a good thing too. That like David Newman says, they're going to get them the heck out of here. Um, no, it's not. It's not a porn site. But it seems to me that I have seen titles in there where people were actually heckling taking showers, and I'm thinking, whoa, I don't. It it's not a porn site, but it could almost be the way they're bringing the sexual stuff into it. I just don't think that heckle is all that great. I mean, it was at first I didn't like it because they didn't have replays, but then they started getting replays. Like I said, I broadcast once in there, and afterwards, I just decided that's not for me. So I took it off my phone, and I'm not going back. I could care less for it. And I know that we have some Happs viewers that have gone over to Heckle. Um, Banner Man used to be on Happs. He's over on Heckle. He broadcasts over there out because when I was over there, he was broadcasting quite a bit. So people are going to go there. They're going to go on Twitch. They're going to probably go on Twitter or whatever. You know, we do have other options should have shut down and it end up like Periscope. However, I don't really think at this point it will. They got all that money that they were able to do what change the app. So I think that it's going to come along. It's going to be a good app. We just have to be patient with them and give them a chance to do what needs to be done, because like I said, they can't do everything at once. It's just impossible. There's many things that need to be done. They just can't do it. You know, I don't possibly think I would like to have some landscape, but from what I have seen them say, I doubt if we're ever going to have it. Um, I know the artists prefer landscape because they get that wide view of their artistry, and I do on my church broadcast. I prefer landscape because it's a lot better. But when you can't do it in landscape, you gotta make do with what you have. Um, but oh, you join Twitch? I don't have a Twitch account. I've never joined that. I don't know anything about it. I know Randy's on there. I know there's a lot of people on Twitch. Um, and you can get a lot of followers on there, I guess. Um, but it also has trolls too, as I understand. So I'm not really too interested. I don't know. Um, I do, like I said, I'm on Twitter. I don't have anything connected up here right now, though. But I am on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I do have Facebook and YouTube. Those four. Um, but I really don't know at this point in time. should anything happen to Happs, where I'm going to go. I have broadcast on Twitter once before. Now that you can have widescreen there, but there again, it looks a lot like Periscope. So it reminds you of Periscope because Erlene had said that. So I don't know if I'm going to ever go back on there and broadcast. I do have followers on there, but not as many as I have on here. So, um, oh, good, is it? I know Randy does a lot of broadcasts on Twitch. I don't know anything about it. I thought at first, my daughter told me Twitch was more a gaming platform, but I guess a lot of people must be broadcasting in there, you know. So we got a lot of people from Haps that went over to Twitch, and they've gone, they're doing Twitter, and I saw Randy did one on Twitter this morning. So I'm not sure if he's going to come back on Haps or not. He hasn't been on several days, so it just depends. That's Randy. Randy's Randy. But you know, and I also heard something when I mentioned this morning that um, they're not too interested in have people on that are not quite popular. Well, I'm one of them that's not popular. I'm not a popular broadcaster. I never have been. But you know something? I don't come in here to win a popularity contest anyway. It doesn't matter if I'm popular or not. Um, I'm just me, and I just put myself out there. And if people don't want to watch me, they won't come in. And if they do want to watch me, they will. That's the way I feel about it. I'm not going to force people to come in and watch me that don't want to, because I'm not that way. I'm not, because my age, I think, has a lot to do with it. Some people maybe think I'm too old to be on there, but yet I've seen other ones on Haps that are uh, up there in years too, maybe 65, 70 years old. So they're older too. So yes, I know they are when they are when we don't have a poor when I don't have a poor connection. Yes, it's a lot clearer than the other Haps was. I do realize that. That's one thing that keeps me here. As long as I can broadcast for however long they'll allow us to, because I was grandfathered in. As long as they allow me to broadcast, I'm going to continue to broadcast. Um, I think it does help too that I broadcast a little bit more than just once a week. I try to broadcast a few times a week. Um, so, oh, good, good. Thank you. I do plan on, hopefully, no, don't hold me to it, but I hope I can broadcast driving to my son's on Thursday for Thanksgiving. Um, because I do want to do that. Because I have done it before, but not on Haps. I did it when I was on Periscope, and I had that problem that one at Christmas last year, that it fell off the stand because I didn't have a right stand on there. Well, I got a stand on there now that's mounted on my dashboard, or it's hooked into the dash, so it should be okay. Um, and I can only do it in, like I said, in portrait mode, so it won't be a wide screen like I'd like to have it, but I'll try to do that. Um, so I try to do as much as I can. I know that I haven't been coming on as much as I could, but um, life gets in the way, and you have other things to do, and my life doesn't revolve around Haps. It does not revolve around Haps. I come in here to enjoy myself, to put myself out here just to have fun. That's all I come in here for. If I earn some money, which for with the awards, and I make my $200, awesome. I've already made it once already, and I think I got 80 some dollars for the next one. So if I earn that $200, that's awesome. I'll keep on going. But like I said, I'm in here for the long haul because I like a place to broadcast. You know how I am. I like to broadcast. I like to put myself out there. I like for people to see what kind of person I am, and see me for who I am. Um, I know I'm not the best broadcaster in the world. There's a lot of people that can really broadcast and can put that out there. It just takes time to learn to be a good broadcaster and to get the word out. I kind of stumble over my words a little bit. I want to try to say something, and then something else comes to mind, so I end up saying something different. But I'm in here right now, and I'm just winging it. I never really planned on saying what I'm saying, but it just comes out, and I was hoping I'd get more in here than just you, Damon, but that's better than nothing right at this point, because I wanted to have a good chat where I wanted to bring people up and chat on screen. But if I don't get anybody up here, that's fine too, because I normally don't anyway. So I'm kind of used to that. But I like to do that because I think that that helps get more viewership as well. I'm trying to build up my viewership by coming on a little bit more. And I was going to say, I think with the app being so new, a lot of people can't find their followers, so they don't know who to follow. So then they don't always find me when I'm on. That's the thing. Um, they need to make it easier to find people. Yes, I was just going to say that they do have to make it easier because I think a lot of times people don't know when you're on. They get the notification, but they may not know the person, or they're not paying attention. But I tell people to go into your activity screen. It's right on the main page at the very bottom on the right hand corner. It says activity. Go and hit that activity, and I'll bring up the people that have streamed or are streaming now, the ones you follow. You can go in there and watch them live, or you can go and watch the replays. That's what I do if I've missed somebody. Uh, I've done that a lot of times, and I've got a long list of them that are in there right now. But I also found the see more. The see more tab is on the front page too, and I never could get that thing to work. And I thought, what the heck is going on? Finally, it works. I tapped on the see more um, icon, or it's not really an icon. It just says see more, and I tapped on it, and it gives you a whole long list of the ones you follow, two abreast, two in each row of their broadcasts that they have done you that day or a few days ago, and it was a long list of them. So you can see all their broadcasts that way. You can see a picture of what the broadcast looks like and who did it, and you can go in there and watch the broadcast or watch the replay or whatever you want to do. Um, oh, good, good, Damon. See, like I said, a lot of people don't always get their notifications. Um, and was it over the weekend? I believe it was couple days the notifications weren't working because I couldn't figure out, well, what the heck. I know Happs is up and going. Why am I not getting notifications? I went into my activity thing and I found a bunch of them there, and I went and had to follow them. Then I thought, wow. So they did finally fix that. Friday is when they fixed it, and after that the notifications. Well, it's actually before the weekend then, because Friday since then the notifications have been working, but I couldn't. I listen for my notifications every day. They'll come in on my iPad or they'll come in on my phone, and I wasn't getting any. And I thought, are they down? Because I thought maybe they were working on or something and took it offline or whatever. No, I goes in my activity, and then there's a long list of them that I says, well, where was the notifications for this? Come to find out, nobody else was getting them either. So it's amazing that they even got anybody in their broadcasts at all. So that's what we had to do. But things like that happen. Periscope at one time, I was watching Periscope and you weren't getting notifications on there either. The last half, there was sometimes the notifications weren't working. So it does happen that there are glitches. This is a whole new thing, and you're going to have problems where things are going to come up and they have to be addressed, and they have to look at what's happening, and if people email them and let them know what's going on, maybe they would get to them a lot sooner, I suppose. But we just, like I said, we have to be patient. We can't push them. We can't force them to do what we want them to do. I know there's a lot of things that I would like to see. Well, like I said, one being landscape, but as I understand it, there may never be any landscape. Well, I'll just have to broadcast in portrait. That's not going to stop me from broadcasting. I just have to do it a different way. It's a lot easier in landscape because I can move my tripod um, at an angle better, but when it's on portraits, you can't move it as far. So that's the only bad thing about that I don't like. I can't move it quite as far. So I'd have to unscrew it and really make it loose for it to move. But then I think it'd probably fall off the tripod. But anyway, we have to make do with what we have, um, and that's what I'm trying to do. Um, I said when I first started on Haps that I was going to save my opinion for it until I'd been in a few broadcasts or I broadcast myself, because at the time I wanted to give it. People were asking me about it. I really couldn't give an opinion because I hadn't broadcast yet. But once I broadcast and I got through that hurdle, the first broadcast, then it became easier. It was just trying to figure out how to get yourself online because we actually need tutorials. We need somebody to come in here, David Newman or Andrew or Pablo or even Peter to come in and give us I thought Pablo was going to give us some tutorials on the new Happs when it got up, but he hasn't yet. We need that. We need that. We need to get um, tutorials done where we can learn the ins and outs of it, because there's a lot to it that we don't know. You know, it's simplified right now. It's actually a very simplified app. What Periscope was too. There weren't a lot of bells and whistles on Periscope, although you did have where you could chat with people, at the very top, but that became glitchy too. I like the fact that you can see people and actually talk to them on the screen. That part of it is a lot of fun, but it doesn't always happen on my side of it. So I make do when people don't want to come in. That's fine, but I do like it for what it does right now. There is, like I said, there are problems that they need to be addressed to the team, and they do need to fix things. But I think if we're patient in the long run and we give them a chance to fix what needs to be fixed, it will be a very, very good app. I'm really glad that I heard about Happs. Sugar Drop told me about Happs last December, because I had done one Periscope, my last Periscope, and she had talked about Happs. And when she mentioned it to me that day, I signed up that day, and I didn't broadcast right away. I just waited a few days, but then I thought I did broadcast, and I seemed to like it. And I was glad I had another medium that I could broadcast to, because I really didn't want to go on Twitter, and I don't do Facebook Live because I don't feel I need to. And I don't do Instagram. I think you're only limited on Instagram how long you can be on there anyway. So I would rather be on here, because you're not limited to how long maybe it's 12 hours. I think you got a limit of 12 hours, but who in the heck is going to do a 12-hour broadcast? Not me. I'm lucky I'd get an hour or two in, and I'm through. Sometimes it's less than that. So, I'm not a marathoner as far as that's concerned. There are some in here that are on maybe 5, 6 hours. Well, it's late at night, and if they're still on broadcasting, it's late there and it's getting late here. Because she's in Massachusetts, I think is what she said. So she's 3 hours ahead of me. So if it comes on at 9 o'clock my time, it's midnight her time. Well, it doesn't take very long. It'll be midnight my time, and it'll be 3 o'clock in the morning there. So I really don't like to go in and watch her real late. Although I was in there last night watching her late night broadcast, and she's on now. She was on when I came in here, so she's doing a broadcast as well. So yeah, that's what I figured. They go a long time, and they get a lot of viewers too. But people, that's the kind of things that people are interested in viewing, are your art ones, the drawing ones, your, and I hope that I can do that sometime too, do a drawing one. I'm just gonna have to figure out how to set my tripod up, probably like I did before, put it behind me and just flip the camera. I want to be able to learn how to draw. I got my new iPad. Uh, I got the new iPad Mini. I really love it. This is really solid. It's 8.3 inches. Um, and the iPad pencil or I, your Apple pencil there's a magnet on the your iPad, and it adheres to it, and it always stays charged, and you use it for drawing and stuff like that. And I've got some drawing apps on it. I want to learn how to draw, and maybe do something like that. Maybe learn do on my keyboard. Maybe do clarinet again. I just I'm just kind of a little hesitant to do the clarinet, because I have a problem with not getting the notes out right, and I squeak, and I don't want to do that. So we do have a Christmas program coming up. I hope you're on my broadcast on Christmas, Damon, because Christmas is on a Sabbath this year. We're gonna have a nice broadcast, nice church service where we're gonna have singing. We're gonna have people playing their musical instruments. We're just going to be singing praises to the Lord on Christmas Day. So it'll be a real good one that day. Um, oh, you did a robot cleaner? Oh yeah, one of those iRobot, or what is that? A Roomba or something? Oh, oh, good, good. Because we're going to have a lot of instrument. I'm not playing my clarinet. I'm not even going to take it. My son said, "Mom, don't do that." So I'm not going to take my instrument. I'll just broadcast the broadcast it, and it should be a real good service. And I can put it up on YouTube, um, kind of like a Roomba. I've got one too in my hall closet. It's not a Roomba, but I've had it a long time. I got it at Walmart. Oh my goodness. Long time ago. Because I use a dust mop and stuff on my floors, and I probably should use that. It's supposed to, when it comes to obstacles, it's supposed to turn around. You're supposed to really clean your floors, I guess. I probably, one of these times I'll have to use it because I don't have carpeting. I've got all laminate flooring, except for the kitchen and the bathrooms are your linoleum. But I probably should go and use it one of these times, but I'm kind of hesitant to do it because I'm old school. Either use a broom or a dust mop. That's what I do. Um, but you know, this is a great medium to get yourself out here. And I feel the longer I come on here, the more I come on here, the more I'll put myself out here, the more I'll get recognized and I'll get more followers. People have started following me now. I've been getting a few followers here and there. I don't have that many. I've got 600 and some. That isn't a lot because some have 2 and 3 thousand, you know. But I think it'll come. When I was on Periscope, it took me a long time to build up my followers. It's going to do the same thing here. It's going to take a long time to build up my followers. Now, that being said, if I would start doing art or start doing music or something like that on my crocheting, I probably would build my followers up pretty fast, which I'm going to start doing that. Maybe once we get the holidays over with and stuff, then I can go back to do that because holidays are real hectic. Although I don't do anything for Thanksgiving or Christmas, I go to my son's both times, so I don't have to prepare the meal or anything. But it's just the idea of the shopping, which I don't. I don't go out and shop. I do everything online, so I have to um, get my family to give me their Christmas list so I can do my shopping. But I want to start doing that stuff on my broadcast because I think I might get more viewers that way too, because it seems like the musical ones, they really enjoy those. Now, I don't play the guitar. I've never learned that. I taught myself how to play the clarinet. So there you go. I don't know all there is to know about it, but I have taught myself, and I hesitate playing it too much because I do have dogs and it does hurt their ears. So I try to, because the last time I played it, I was practicing. Carmen started howling with it. I was squeaking and she was howling. So I don't know if that was good or bad. I was cracking up laughing, but so I just kind of hesitate using it. So um, I want to do that again too. But if I can learn how to draw, and I want to learn how to draw so bad. When I see Bobby Bicker draw, and you see Gemma and them draw, and they draw people, and you see Michelle Alexander. I've not seen her since the new app, so I hope she's doing okay. Native Graffiti, she can draw like everybody, nobody's business. I mean, I envy them being able to draw like that. But there again, it probably took them years to perfect that skill of drawing. You know, so I'm hoping that I can learn to draw. I want to draw people. I want to draw people, lifelike people. I want to draw people, and it looked like the people. I haven't been able to do that yet. I can't even draw a stick person. Let me tell you, I can't even draw a stick person and have it look like a stick person. But there's a lot to do here on Happs to put ourselves out there, and that's one thing I want to do. I want to broaden my horizons. I'll do a little more cooking broadcast too. Maybe I'll get more in here that way too. But broaden my horizons and do a few more things besides chatting, because chatting and walking and doing my church broadcasts, people might get tired of those, but they never seem to get tired of the music ones, like Swift Beats. He plays his keyboard. You've got other ones that play the guitar and sing. People never get tired of those. They enjoy them quite a bit, you know. So I want to start learning how to do that too. Now I'm not going to go out and buy a guitar and learn how to play the guitar. There's no way. That I'll stay away from. But I do have a keyboard. I want to learn how to play it. I bought a keyboard a while back that I haven't done much practicing on. I got it through Amazon, and I want to learn how to play on it. I do have a thing of lessons on my iPad that I can follow to try to learn how to play. But there again, it's expensive. So I'm kind of careful on doing that too because I don't want to have to pay very much for it. So I don't know when I'm going to be doing that, but I want to broaden my horizons on here, and I want to do a little bit more than I've done before because I do like this app, and I want to put myself out here and get people to follow me. You know, I'm not asking for awards or anything like that. I never have. If I get awards, great. If I don't, okay too. I'm not one of these kinds that beg for awards, but I hope that people think enough of me that they want to give them to me sometimes, because I don't get as many as some now. Randy gets them all the time. Your music ones probably get, oh gosh, hundreds and thousands probably of awards. So they get the $200 pretty fast, you know. But I hand out awards and I don't always get them back. So I'm hoping that the people I give awards to can start giving them back to me. That's the ones that broadcast, of course. So I just hope we can get more people on here, because some of the people that I follow, like Louise Poppy, I have not seen her on here since the new app. I don't know if she doesn't like the new app, she doesn't know how to use it, but I haven't seen her broadcast. And I know that her broadcast would really be clear there in Auckland. She's a wonderful broadcaster. She's a tour guide. If you're not following her, you follow her and watch her broadcast whenever she comes on. Like I said, I haven't seen her since the new app, so I don't know if she's going to broadcast on, or maybe she goes on Twitch and she broadcasts there. So I may get a Twitch account and go in there and maybe broadcast sometimes. But I know the people that are in here. Some of them that are on Twitch, or here are on Twitch, but some aren't. You know, a lot of people just prefer to be in here. Um, like I said, I want to keep broadcasting, and I want to do a little bit more than what I've been doing. Some people don't realize they have to uninstall. Yeah, that's the problem with Vince Guzman. He was having that problem, and I went in one of his replays, and I commented on his replay because he couldn't get it to work on his phone. And I tried, and I tried, and I tried to explain it to him, because he thought, well, it's no good for the phone. And I told him, I says, but Vince, it was made for the phone like your computer. And I told him what he had to do. So I went back and told him again. Finally, he got it. He finally took off the old one and installed the new one from the App Store. He says he finally got it to work on his phone. I was so glad to hear that he finally saw what I said and he finally did it, you know, because I found the same thing out myself. That when I did the update from the old app, you know, I went right in and updated the new one when they put it on the App Store. Little did I realize it's not going to work just updating it. I found that out myself. And Vanita didn't, and to learn the hard way too, because there were several days that she couldn't even broadcast it. She couldn't figure out why. So she finally realized she had to uninstall the old one and put on the new one. Um, it isn't that big of a hassle to do. Um, no, there aren't. There aren't. And that's what I'm saying. We do need some people to do tutorials where we can learn the ins and outs of this, and they can explain to people what you have to do to get it on your phone or your iPad. Now, I have noticed, and it's on the iPad, but I have noticed it does not work as well on the iPad as it does the phone. I don't think they've got it optimized for the iPad yet. I put it on the iPad mini and nothing seems to show up. It's a black screen. So I'm just going to leave it on there though. I still get notifications on there. So I'll just leave it on there, and hopefully I'll be able to do us, because I like to watch things on my iPad, the broadcast, but for some unknown reason, it's not working very well. I think maybe, like I said, it's not optimized for it. Um, so I'm just kind of glad that they have updated this on the phone. You know, the day that they I think it was last Thursday, or was it when it was that Thursday, 2 Thursdays before, when they were wanting people to hurry up and do their broadcasting, you know, because they were going to be offline in the afternoon. My first thought was, they're going to put the new app on. That's what they're going to do. They're going to take the old one off. And I was right. They did. I was going to come on and broadcast that day in the afternoon. I was going to do a cooking broadcast. But when I saw that alert that said on the front page that we couldn't, they wanted us to broadcast and get done as soon as possible because they were going to take a break from the internet. I thought, well, I better not come on then, because by the time I get started, then they're going to kick me off. So I decided to wait. And then when this new app came up, you know, and I got to looking at it and I thought, wow, this really is different. No bells, no whistles. You don't have the stuff scrolling across the top like you had on the other one, you know, because it's built from the ground floor up. So, you know, and we have to applaud the creators, because you have to learn a lot of code to be able to put an app up on the App Store. And I give them credit for knowing how to do this. I could never do it. I would not know the first thing about creating an app, putting it out there for the world to enjoy, and start broadcasting on it. I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I know I couldn't. And I applaud them for giving us a clean app. Right now, it is very, very clean. The picture is just as clean as can be. I mean, I can see myself so good. If there's a reflection, I could probably see it in reflection too. Um, so you said, yeah, there's no alert, but I'm hoping that things will get a little bit better, that we'll get more alerts, that we'll be able this app that we've been able to do, you know. Um, I can't always say it's going to look like this. They're probably going to add things to it. You might have a few bells and whistles later on, but they'll add things to it. But right now, it's like you said, we don't know how to follow people. There's not an easier way to do it. On the other old app, it was really easy to follow people, but here it's just not. But I think they're aware of that and they're probably working on it. They also said, and this is something I think is fantastic. Somebody on their broadcast, when they broadcast the day they put the app or after the app come out, and the creators came on and did a broadcast. I was in there. Somebody had asked the question about, will we ever be able to block people from other from other platforms? And they said that's coming. David Newman said that's coming. So that's awesome, because I know on the old app we never were able to do that. They never got that far, but they said it's coming. I don't know how they're going to do it now, but they said they will be able to block people from when they come in with the derogatory comments. Now I had to set my comments up on YouTube for review for the ones that are real mean and vindictive comments. I had to set them up for review, that they won't be able to post them until I review them. So that's going to keep the trolls from posting too much anyway. So, but I had Sabbath. I had my YouTube connected up, and it did go on YouTube, but I couldn't. I had the comments all disabled. So I thought, well, maybe I better not disable the comments, because people might want to come in and comment, because there are people that like to comment on my broadcasts. And if I disable the comments, they say it's not a good thing to do anyway. Disable the comments, they think you got something to hide. But yet I've seen other ones disable their comments as well. But anyway, I set it up so that um, only the ones that are not very good, very nice ones are they don't can't be won't be posted in there. We're up for review. So because I've been on YouTube videos already where I couldn't post. It didn't show up because it was for review, even though it wasn't bad. But they were having them all for review. So we got to do that to keep our sanity and keep everything going smoothly. So right now I'm just on Happs. I want to build, like I said, I want to build my viewership up. I do eventually want to be able to broadcast to Twitter. For some unknown reason, they say Twitter's not working through Happs. I don't know why, but I won't do Facebook because my family's on there. So I'll stay off of Facebook, but Twitter, I don't think they're on there too much. But Twitter and YouTube, mainly YouTube more than anything. Um, uh, when Pastor sent out uh, his newsletter, well, he does an email on Friday. He was congratulating me more or less, because I do take time to spread the word, and I do come in there and broadcast on Sabbath, and then I have a ministry, and that's my ministry, is to be able to broadcast to other people. It's not a ministry right now because it's just for me, but um, I'm just hoping that will I be doing more prophecy. Yeah, I will. I will, Damon. Eventually, I want to get you know myself situated around, and I'm planning on doing those again. Yes, um, I have to decide what I want to talk about, because you've got to be very careful. You don't want to push people away. So I will be doing those again. So I just don't know when I'm going to be doing them. Maybe I'll wait until after the first of the year and start then. Oh, that might be a good thing to do in the first of the year. What does it say? Does this say? Looks like I've got 18. Looks like I've got 18. I think that's what it says. They're lurking because they're not in the room. But that's more than I got this morning on my broadcast, on my walking broadcast. I had two people. Had Erlene and one other one. But that was okay. I didn't mind it. People were in there commenting, and that's okay. Like I said, this is so new that people just don't know that I'm up here, that I'm in here. There's Johnny. Be good. Hi, Johnny. Good to see you. good to see you. I was wondering if I was gonna get anybody in here because I've been chatting away to Damon and if you're not following Johnny Be Good, Damon, follow him. He's a hilarious. He's a character. He really is. He's a good character. How has the app been? How has the app been working for you, Johnny? Um, do you like it? I know a lot of people don't. They've left Happs because of it. Um, you're welcome, Johnny. They've left because of it because they don't like the looks of it. But you know something? There's no bells and whistles. It's just a little different. Trying to figure out how to go live. It took me 3 times on the first day I was going to go live on here to figure out how to do it. I started walking my dogs. I usually start from my when I go out the door, and I was trying to figure it out. And I got a little ways on my walk, not across, not past the first block. It was within the first block. I finally figured it out. And I thought, oh my goodness, it took me time because I did not know. See, I told Damien we need somebody to give a tutorial on the ins and outs. We need somebody to come in and show us how to do things because there are questions about this app. I think we all have questions about this app that we don't quite know what to do. Let me see if I can get my um. Okay, I got to get the right uh, thing here because my iPad takes a different connector. But anyway, we do need a tutorial on how on the ins and outs of this app. We do need that, really, we do. Um, it is different. Did you want to come up and chat, Johnny? Because I can add you. I don't know quite how to do it, but I can figure it out. I can figure it out. I know they say to manage users, you got to go under where the people are and the plus sign is, and you got to type their names in. But I think once you start typing, then the names kind of pop up. But there's not so many bells and whistles. Um, you can try. Okay, Johnny. Let me see if I can add you. I got to figure out how to JOHN. I got to see if I can. I'll try to figure out if I can um, add you. Oh, let's see. Wait a minute. I know I don't think. No, I know how to do it. You got to go into under the dots here. Um, manage viewers. There we go. Now I can see if I can add you. Let's see. I'll go say I'm going to put your name in here, and I'll see if I can get you to come up. If I can type it in here, see if it'll come up. It hasn't yet. Well, I'm going to keep trying, Johnny. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. I know you probably can't see me right now, or maybe you can, but I can't see what you're typing right now if you're typing anything because I'm trying to figure this out. So it's going to take me a little time here to figure things out, but I'll get her figured out. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to type it the way it is on your. It hasn't come up yet. Come on. I don't know why it's not coming up, but I'm gonna try. Okay, we'll see if I can get it here. Um, see if I can get it to come up. See if I can get it to come up. Search. Do a search. That doesn't come up. Isn't that crazy? Huh. That's weird. It does not even come up at all. Now I can't get myself back. There we go. It didn't even. You're looking for it. Well, I can't. I can't even figure out how to get you up here. I went to put your name in there and it didn't even come up, Johnny. And there's no way. I wish we could invite like we did on the other app. I'll have to try it again. I put your name in there and I just could not figure out how to get you up here. Um, I was looking for your name in the on the viewers too, and it just wouldn't pop up. John. Oh, I think I maybe I misspelled it. I don't know. John. Let me try it again. I'll try it again. See if I can figure it out because this is this is funny because I'm now I did have John Johnny Be Good, but it's not coming up. Huh. So I don't know why it's not. Do a search. Okay, let me see. I'll do a search. It doesn't pop up. Isn't that funny? Huh. It doesn't pop up. Well, your name is not under your J isn't capitalized and highlight snowman lower left. Yes, I did. Highlight the snowman and then I know I have to type a name in. Okay, that the snowman. I was under managed user. Okay. Then what do I do? Oh, okay, that's in the corner. All right. All right, there we go. Oh, say I see. All right. There, was doing it wrong, Johnny. Okay. See, it's a learning curve. Yeah, things are coming up now. I gotta spell your name right. Excuse me. I'll keep doing this. I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna keep trying. This is a pain in the butt that you got to do this, but um, there, I found it. There we go. Got it, Johnny. Now I invited you. Okay, get me back. It's hard to get myself back. Whoops. Get myself. There we go. I invited you. So I invited you. So I hope you'll get the invite. I don't know if you have to go out and come back in. I did it wrong. I saw the snowman, but then I didn't realize you had to hit the snowman at the top again too. You have to on the search. I was doing it the wrong way, but I got it finally. So um, it takes a little bit of time to learn everything. So hope you get the invite and you can come in. Hopefully we'll see how good this is really going to be. So in the meantime, I want to say that this app is going to get better. I think it's going to get better and better, better. Um, then hit Blue Snowman next. I did. I hit the one at the top. I invited you, Johnny. It said invited. I invited you. There we go. Uh, okay. All right. Um, add. I'm gonna add you. Okay, I gotta add you. All right. There we go.
There we
All right.
go.
Oh, there we go.
There
It,
we go.
it takes a long time to figure everything out. I didn't know I had to
Yay! It
had to
worked.
manage the stage. How you doing, Johnny? Had to
I'm
manage the
doing
stage and
good.
everything. I didn't know how to do that.
It's
It takes some
it's a
time to
lot.
figure everything out. My
Yes,
goodness.
it's got to
Wow.
kind of go in a big circle and then go back and hit it again, and but it
Yeah.
works.
Well,
It just
once
it
I've
just
done it, then I know how to do it, but I didn't know how to do it in the first place.
well now you do. You just got to keep
Now,
practicing.
now I do.
It took me. I
So, how do
forget.
you like the app?
I'm I'm
How,
you know
how do you
I
like
was
the app? Is it working well for you?
yeah. It is now that I'm learning
Good.
it. The more and more I learn, the easier and easier it gets. But uh, it's
Right,
just
right.
I'm kind of like the rest of the folks. Like surprise, it's like you know, I wish they would have gave us a little more time to, or little notice. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right,
Uh, there
right.
was a select few that got to see the app before we did, and which is fine.
Uh,
Someone's
he
got to
got to, yeah,
somebody's got to test it, and
yeah,
the pictures
yeah.
are a
Hi,
lot
Jeeves.
clearer.
Jeeves. Yeah, it is. I've noticed that the video is a lot more clear than it was on the old Happs. It really was.
Yes,
You
yes,
know,
it is.
maybe them redoing this whole thing was the best thing they could have done. It's just it's got glitches, and a lot of people like to complain to the management because of the glitches, but they're working on them.
Yeah, uh, I think a lot of it is the disappointment in. Uh, a lot of us has been here since the start and helping them.
Right,
Set up. I guess
right.
this new Haps, and then we didn't get involved in the initiation of it, but uh,
Right.
I guess
No, I know Retta got to preview it. He got to test it out. There was a few that got to test because I was in his watching his test broadcast. And it really looked different. And I thought, wow,
yeah,
it really did look
you know.
different.
Now see, before I was seeing hearts, but I don't see any hearts now. Do you see hearts?
No, only time that they give an award, you'll see the hearts fly up on the screen.
Okay, so that's all that was about. I thought they were going to float on the creator, on the broadcaster. Like when you were broadcasting
Uh,
a while ago, I thought the
well,
heart.
I got hearts this morning on my. I got hearts up this morning on my broadcast when I was walking. I didn't see him. The viewers see him, but the broadcaster doesn't. I thought the broadcaster was supposed to see him too, but I never did.
Huh.
I don't know
It,
how it all works, really.
yeah, they probably's got some more work to do on it. You know,
Oh, Definitely, they got a lot of work to do. Now, do you mainly broadcast on your phone, or do you use your computer?
Well, right now I've been using my phone since my. It's just been easier to sit in this chair that uh, I had a little incident, is, and I'm I'm just
Oh,
better.
thank you for the award.
I'm better in my recliner than I am at my desk right
Right,
now. So
right. Well, I'm sitting on my bed right now,
yeah,
so
well,
um,
everybody's comfortable where you're at, wherever you're at.
right,
But
right.
yeah, it's I got a desktop and it does work, and it works fine. The only thing is I can't. I was posting pictures and bringing in stuff, to show
Right.
other people and stuff like that, but I it's unable to do that right now. So
Oh, wow.
um, I don't know if they're going to bring that again. The studio where you could bring up pictures and little clips and stuff like that.
I
It-
don't know. I don't use the studio that much. Like I said, I watched my broadcast this morning from the studio because I want to see what it looked like on the computer, and it looked pretty good. It did freeze up a little bit, I guess, when I was doing it this morning, but um, you know, but that's the nature of the beast. You'll get into an area where it's poor signal, and it's going to go freeze on you. There's nothing you can do about that.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, the old version had where you could go post. You could put uh, pictures and songs, stuff like that in
Right,
there, and
right,
broadcast
right,
them on out to your viewers and stuff. And all
right,
that's not there right now. I don't know if that's going to come back or not. So, but
right,
all in
right.
all, for switching over to this, and I'm not sure what direction they're heading. Um,
I don't
it,
either.
it's been 20 plus days, and we haven't had anybody come up for a tutorial or anything to say, "Hey,
I know
it,
Pablo. If I'm not mistaken, I heard him say he was going to give tutorials after the new app was released, but he hasn't yet. But I can understand probably why he's probably been inundated with emails and everything else. Probably getting tens of
yeah,
thousands of those. So
oh
he hasn't
yeah,
got time.
yeah." No, he's spread pretty thin, I imagine, and I don't even.
Right.
He looks like he's by himself because I don't see. Uh,
Peter's on vacation. He was, at least anyway. He was on vacation. So
oh well, that's not a good time to go on vacation. Breaking out a new app.
no, I guess not. But I guess he decided to go on vacation.
I don't blame him then. after
No,
all
I don't
this
either. I don't either.
after all this going on, I don't blame him. But anyway, uh, I'm just riding it out, riding the storm out, and see what happens. And
That's all we can do. I know some of the people left and they went over to Twitch. I think they were disheartened because they saw this new app and they didn't really like it, but they weren't giving it a chance either. It's just brand new. Give it a chance because you don't know how it's going to be. Maybe a month
yeah,
from now it's going to be better than it is now. The other
that
app was getting better too. It kept getting
I
better and
just
better and better.
I just started getting used to the other app, and it was going along
I know.
pretty.
I know.
I thought pretty
I was
smooth,
telling
but
I was telling I was telling Damon on the other app when they gave us the information. They posted on our main page that they're going to go down that one day. I think it was a Thursday. They're going to go down, and they wanted everybody to finish broadcasting because they were going to take a break from the internet. My first thought was they're putting that new app on the App Store, and I was right because the next day they released it. So, you know,
yeah, yeah,
I
and here
know a
we are.
lot of people, and I don't know how you feel. A lot of people, and I don't say anything against them, but a lot of people feel that maybe they shouldn't have released it quite as soon. That they should have waited until some of the glitches were worked out of it. But then you never know when you release something how many glitches it's going to have in the first place. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I know
Well, I
Retta
thought
beta tested it.
I thought they would. That's what they were doing with Retta,
Yeah, that's
and
what Retta and some of them are doing. Were beta
yeah,
testing it. I don't know what kind of problems they had. I
there
think,
was
yeah, there were problems there because The camera, the camera was reversed when Retta was doing it. When you turn the camera off, it was on, and when you turn the camera on, it was off, and that was all reversed. Well, they fixed that because by the time they released it, it was fine.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, it had the mirror image was messed up or something.
yes, it was.
It had everything backwards. If I don't
Yeah, it was
remember.
backwards, and I thought, well, how are they going to fix this? But they did. They got it fixed
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
So
And now this here, this Zoom, I, we don't have
no, we don't have a Zoom, and that's the sad thing of it. My
see. I look
broadcast I
like
did Saturday,
I
I
kind of
was
look.
sitting
I
back too far.
kind of hold my
I don't know if
arms
we're ever going
straight.
to have Zoom. I don't know. Do you know if we're going to have Zoom? I know we're not going to have landscape, which is sad because I love landscape. I don't think we're going to have landscape.
I
They
don't think.
feel that they get more viewers broadcasting in portrait mode than they do landscape. Maybe so. I don't know. But your artists, like Bobby Bicker and Jim and those, they would rather have landscape because they can draw on a wider area, you know.
Yeah, it's
So
going to be hard to watch them on here
hi, Ken.
with portrait
Good
because
to see
I
you.
used I used to watch them draw too. And see, I think Desiree drew landscape. Uh,
Right.
Badges drew landscape.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, most of them that I watched did landscape, but I guess there I don't. Apparently, there wasn't enough of them to go around to keep it keep it going. So I don't know. I
Well, that
have
could be. That could be.
it says landscape is better for showing more people like on
More
screen
people.
city. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Kevin. It is.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, my church broadcast, I wanted to do it in landscape. I had to do it in portrait, which makes it a lot narrower. And I should have set up closer. I was back too far because we don't have the zoom and can't get closer. I don't like it that way, but what can you do when they haven't got landscape? You gotta do with what you work with what you
Yeah,
got.
yeah.
So
But yeah, for free, I guess this is good. You know,
yeah, that's right. We can't really complain too much.
yeah,
If we
yeah,
had to pay for it, we would be complaining a lot because there's things that we really want that's not there.
yeah,
But we're not complaining for it, so I think we can live with what we have.
yeah. And
You know,
you know, I'll I'll still continue to buy coin. I bought coins in the number one version, or the I should say beta version. I bought coins there
right?
and passed them around, and for the broadcasters I watched and enjoyed. And
Yeah. I,
if I hang around here, I'll do
I
this.
bought some. I bought some coins not too long ago too, and I think I got 1,100 and some left. So I pass them out every once in a while. Once in a while. Um, Now, Louise Poppy, I like her broadcast, but I haven't seen her come on since the new app. So I don't know if she got disillusioned and went over to Twitch because she's a tour guide. And I always gave her, you know, uh, awards, and I haven't seen Reddit too much now either. So
I
maybe
haven't
he's getting busy.
read it, and
Yeah, I think maybe he got busy. Maybe
I hadn't seen Louise, and I hadn't seen. There's a bunch that I hadn't seen.
I know I
You
haven't either. I have not seen him at all.
know, I'm
You
just
know,
now starting to find people that go or that are live in activity.
that's where I find him too. People
Yeah,
were wondering how you can find broadcasters there. I realized if you go into your activity screen, you can see the ones that have broadcast or maybe broadcasting now that you want to go watch the broadcast. You can watch the replays from there. You know, also, I was telling Damon that the see more that you have on your front page, you tap on that. It wasn't working for the longest time. I tried to tap on it, but finally I tapped on it today, and you get a long list of the broadcasters you follow. And they're two abreast in each row, and it's just a
yes,
long list of them that have videos.
yes.
So
I think I ran across them too the other day, and so that's how we're kind of discovering. I guess we're giving ourselves our own lesson to where we used to have the tutorials, which we're not getting those. Uh, there it is, like 20. Has it been 20 days into this now?
right.
I'm not sure.
Well, no, I think
I haven't
Since the app's been
counted.
released, I've been they said 11 or 12, 11 or 12, something like that.
I see a lot of
Because it was released
broadcasting,
on a Friday.
but they're on other platforms broadcasting into Happs. Oh, I didn't know they could broadcast into Happs. I thought Happs had
Oh,
to
is that what
broadcast.
Kevin said?
That's what
Wow.
Damon said.
Oh, Damon? See a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
broadcasting there. Huh. Yeah, I've noticed that too, and I don't and I don't know how they're doing that. How in the world are they doing that?
I
Um,
don't
that's
know.
yeah, Gold Staff. Yeah,
Who's the who's
I've
the
seen that too, and I thought, what? How are they doing
were,
that? Because
were, were the
the only way you
ghosts?
could broadcast it like YouTube and Twitch, and that is to connect it up to your apps. Right now, I don't have anything connected up. I did have YouTube connected up. I disconnected it because guess what? I found out something this morning, or was it the other day, that I can take my broadcast after I get done broadcasting, where the screen pops up, it says manage your broadcast. You tap on that, you can download your broadcast into your camera roll and you can put it up on YouTube from there. I think that's awesome because I missed that so much when Periscope went down. The other app you could not do that with. You had to go on your computer. It was a bunch of
Yeah,
hassle to get it up on YouTube. But now you don't
yeah.
have to. I can download it and put it up on YouTube. So
Wow.
it's kind of cool.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to
I
check
didn't
that.
either. I didn't know that either. And I thought, well, it says manage my stream. So I thought, what is this? And then it says download your stream. I thought, okay, I'll download it. Where's it gonna go? So I downloaded it and I looked at my camera roll. Sure enough, there it was. And I thought, well, I wonder if it's gonna play. Sure enough, it plays. So
Wow.
it's good. That's really good.
Yeah,
But
I didn't
you can only do that after you stream. You can't do it if you go out and then do something
come
else. You
back.
can't get back to it. You have to do it right away after your stream is done. So
Oh,
because it doesn't
okay.
show up after that. Because I looked for it today and I couldn't find it. So
That's what I'm missing.
that's
So as soon as I broadcast, go straight to it and then do it.
yeah, because you have that screen pop up that says what a great stream, and then it gives you your statistics and stuff, and right below it'll say manage your stream. You tap on that, and you can download it from there.
Okay.
Yeah, it
See,
is.
I've
It
been
is cool, Kevin. I did not know that either. With no tutorials, I didn't know anything. You know, I had a hard
yeah,
time figuring out how to go live the first time, and I'm struggling, and I'm walking on my dogs, and I want to go live so bad, and I couldn't go live, and all of a sudden, I figured it out on my own, but nobody told me anything.
yeah,
It's all a learning process, trial and error. You figure it out for yourself eventually. I wish that Pablo or somebody would come on and do tutorials on here though, because we do need it. Because
yeah,
there's a lot to this app that we don't understand yet.
yeah.
You know.
I'm sure. I think they probably got it. I feel they have Peter and Pablo assigned to other stuff right now. You
Probably.
know, they're
And I do miss those streams of the week, but I knew that once they put the new app out there, we're not going to have those anymore. The streams of the week or the theme of the week, we're not going to have those anymore. So,
yeah. Well, you know, they were important to a lot of us, and we enjoyed them. But
oh,
um,
Kevin says he downloads Twitch videos because they disappear after 7 days. Um, well, with Periscope, they would probably too, but if you had to set within 24 hours, it'd be gone. But I set mine up on Periscope um, to automatically save my broadcast, so they automatically went in my camera roll, and then I could put them up on YouTube because I got the YouTube app, and it's real easy just to put it right into the YouTube app, and you got it there, you know.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
missed that. And then with the old app, I couldn't do it, and I thought, well, there's got to be a way to download my streams. Well, I found out I had to do it on the computer. You couldn't do it through your phone. Well,
I get
now
it.
you can manage your stream from your phone, so that's great.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Well,
as time goes on, we're going to learn more about this app. We're going to figure things out. We may have to figure it out
I,
for ourselves, like I am, but we'll figure it out.
yeah. I hate to
So,
see. There's a lot of, like you were saying earlier. There's a lot of people that went over uh, to Twitch, and
yeah,
you know, you can't blame them. And
no,
I, I've had
you
a,
can't.
I've got a account in Twitch anyway, but I've been over there about 2 years. And
I don't have an account there. I thought more was a gaming platform, but I guess now
well,
they do a
no,
lot of broadcasting.
I went over
Randy goes
there.
over there and broadcasts a lot.
I had I got some friends over there too that that's already moved over there before they even changed over to this. They went
Right. Well, I
over.
know Randy. He broadcasts on Twitch quite a bit. Now this morning he broadcasts on Twitter. He didn't come on Happs, so I don't know if he's
Yeah,
left Happs. You know, so he
I
broadcasts
don't
on Twitter.
I don't think he's well. A lot of them even on Twitch hasn't officially like moved completely out of Happs. They're over in Twitch and uh,
Oh,
for
they said Twitch
their
used to be
personal.
Justin TV. I did not know that. I didn't know that, Kevin. That it used to be Justin TV. Huh.
Well, it's
So how long has Twitch been?
Amazon.
How long has Twitch been around then?
Amazon owns Twitch now.
Oh, they do.
Yep,
That doesn't
Amazon.
surprise me. And they own so darn much stuff.
Yeah, that's the latest. Amazon has purchased Twitch, and there's no telling what's going to go on. Every time there's an app purchased by somebody else, there's going to be changes.
Right.
There's going to be something happening. So who knows? They're going to be
Right.
he, he's going to start putting his own ads in there and using it for his. It's doubtful he'll just like take Twitch like it is and leave it alone. Because anytime
Right.
somebody buys something, they got to stick their fingers in there and stir it up a little bit. So
Right. Well, I think another reason why a lot of people aren't coming on using this app is have you seen the reviews on it? It's very low reviews, and I think that scares a lot of people. Randy
well,
even put a review on there, but he put a good review. But it's got a 2.2 rating or something. Now that's not very good rating, and maybe that's scared people. People don't want to put it on their phone because of it. So, but they
I
got to give it a
I don't.
chance. Oh,
Well, first off, on those reviews, I don't. I never have really put a review in on anything that I've used. But due to the simple fact, they're rigged. People, you know, pay people to put reviews. People are out there. You can actually, if you need viewers, Karen, you can go and buy 1,000 viewers. If you want viewers,
yeah.
you can go to some website. I forget where it's at, but like 1-800 viewers. I don't know, but you can go in there and say, "Here's $50. I need 1,000 viewers." Wham!
Wow.
You tell them where you at, what app you wanted to be dumped in, and you got 1,000 viewers. It's
I did
it's
not know
unreal.
that.
Well, this is this is a racket. Apps are a
It
racket.
is.
They're money making,
Right.
and we're us little people being taken advantage of to proof their apps to see what the majority of people like, dislike, etc.
Right.
And then they take that data and bam, here we are.
Right.
Okay. Uh, I don't think I need to say more. but
Right.
anyway,
Well, I do reviews on some things I put on my iPad. If it's a game or something, if I like it or something,
well,
I'll review it.
yeah, something like that. But all in all, it's the same way with you can put what you feel exactly about an app, and then there's employees that aren't supposed to, and there's other people that know people that work for, say, a outfit that has stuff on the out in the
Right.
system, and they say, "Hey, give this app a 5, or give this app a 4, or this
Right.
this app stinks. Give it a 1." It's it's just like anything else. It can be rigged, and it's sad that people can't be honest, and
I know.
then the honest ones get taken over by the not honest people and ran over. You know, it's money
That is,
talks. It
it's
goes
really,
with
yeah,
the
you're
old.
right.
It goes with the old saying: money talks, BS squats.
It does.
So that's just the way it.
Yep.
And it
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how many things Amazon owns. Seems like every time you turn around, Amazon's buying stuff up. Oh my goodness.
well, he's afraid
They
he's
own
his.
Whole Foods.
Yeah. Well, of course, a lot of stuff is rumored too. Amazon was talking about his warehouse type sales. He, you know,
Yeah.
like he was worried that he may go bankrupt and lose the warehouse online sales like they've been doing. You know how you go online. Well, back in the days, the first online sales people, if a lot of the young guys and gals don't probably remember this, the Sears Catalog, that was the first actually online, you know, you might call Amazon,
Really?
Sears and
Oh
them.
wow.
Because you used to
Right.
be able
I know.
to you could buy a house off of Sears. They had houses you could go in the catalog, and go under, and they weren't very big houses, and they weren't elaborate by no means, but you could actually go in, buy a small 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, or 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom, small, and uh, you could order a house right here in this little town I live in. I know where two of those houses still stand today that were bought out of a Sears
Mhm.
catalog. And
Wow.
they're, yeah. And so Amazon's not the first, you know.
Right.
Sears, you could go buy sheets, you could go buy clothes, you could go buy anything out of the Sears catalog. And when you were done with the catalog, they used to hang it up in outhouses.
Oh, really?
And,
I didn't know
okay,
that.
I don't need so, so I need to say no more, right?
Right.
Right. As soon as the old catalog was done, they hung it up in the outhouse, and there went the old catalog, and then the new catalog came in. You know, you just kind of had to make
Right.
sure you got the new catalog before you got rid of the old one. So, but
Right.
yeah, people don't know that this online stuff is it's not new business, and back then
It's not
they they had their own shenanigans too on crooked ways of doing this and crooked ways of doing that. Whatever would make a sale. Well, see, history repeats itself. We're basically right back where we was back in the day, back in the night,
right.
you know, early. I'm gonna say I don't know the exact dates. I'm figuring 40s, early 50s. Uh,
Mm,
I believe is when that was going on, and you could buy. My
right.
mom, I could remember as a little guy, she would get stuff out of a Sears catalog, and it was good stuff. It was really good stuff.
Right.
Uh, at least for that.
I think Montgomery Ward still has a catalog too. My daughter was going to work for Montgomery Ward's for the catalog company, and I think they still have one.
Yeah,
So
there's another one. Yeah, Montgomery Ward's. You're right. That was another uh, chain that was going around. We used to call it monkey wards, but
yep, yep.
yeah, we
Hmm.
used to say monkey wards and worlds. Have you ever heard of Worldsworth? Woolsworth?
Oh, yes, Woolworth.
Yeah,
Woolworths. I used to live in Indiana. We had Woolworths, and I'd go there about every week or something, and I'd sit up and get me a soda. You know,
There you go.
uh,
We had one
yep,
here in this town, and uh, yeah, I remember as a kid, uh, we had 7 kids in my family, a bunch of us,
right.
and we used to scatter out on a Saturday and sneak down there and get up and get an ice cream soda or something, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, not much
Yep.
of
I
a
used
place.
to go to Woolworths a lot.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know of any place you can do that now.
I don't think that store is even. I don't believe a Woolworths is even around anymore. Probably hasn't been for years. Because I'm originally from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and that's where I would go. And but I doubt it anymore. A lot of those old stores, they were good stores. You
Yeah,
know, some of the stores you have now.
yeah. Cresses, Cress, Cresses. I bet you remember Cresses if you was in Indiana. Do you remember
Uh,
Cresses?
yeah, I think so. Oh, look
K
at
R
Damon
E.
said they have a Woolworths there in Australia. Wow,
What?
that's
I
cool,
didn't know.
Damon. I didn't know you had it
Wow, I didn't
there.
know that.
Wow.
I didn't either. Now
Gee,
that's going good.
yeah, it is.
Now Woolworth is huge in Australia. Oh, they're still there
Wow.
in
Wow,
that
that is
area.
something.
Wow, that is
Man,
that is great. I'm glad to see him
that
doing something somewhere.
that is awesome, really. Yeah. I'm kind of glad that they have it around somewhere. And when we can't have it, let somebody have it. Because it was always
Yeah,
a good store. I did a lot of shopping there. Of
yeah. And then they had
course, got stuff real cheap there, but
that that soda
yeah.
fountain, that long soda fountain with all the bar stools. We used to get jumped.
Yes, I would go there and I'd sit on those bar stools. That's exactly what I did. I can remember it when I was a young girl, and I can remember it to this day.
I used to get in trouble.
Your childhood, but,
I used to.
but sometimes a few days ago, I forget what even happened a few days
I used,
childhood. That's weird.
I used to spin around and get in trouble for on them stools because they
Oh no, really?
go in circles,
Oh
and I'd
yeah.
get on there and stop.
Spin 'em
My
around and
brother,
around and around. Yeah.
yeah, would spin it. My brothers and I'd spin each other around on them bar stools and get in trouble.
Uh-oh. Yep. Yep.
It,
Those are
it,
the good old days, though. My goodness.
yeah, you can't do that nowadays. You're liable to get shot.
Right. You know, and times have really changed since those
Yeah,
days. I mean, I'm 73 years old, and I've seen so many changes in my lifetime. Wow.
I'll
It's
be
just amazing.
67. I'll be 67 in about a little more than a month. So
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll be 74 in January 22nd. A month
I'll
from
be
today.
dang. See, my mother's birthday, January 21st. I'll be dang. But she left us 5 years ago. She was 84 when she passed. About five years ago, December 13th. 5 years ago, she
Mm.
passed.
Oh,
But
so sorry about that.
well, that's
Look, what-
fine.
look,
I know
look,
where she's at. I check on her every now and again.
look what Damon said. Society is a lot more fragmented these days. He's right. It is.
Yeah,
It was a lot different then than it is now. A lot
uh-huh.
different.
Yeah,
I mean, back then you didn't have school shootings. You didn't have massacres other places as well. Shootings, and you didn't have the Taliban to worry about.
yep, yep. It-
It's changed now. Since 9/11, different.
yeah,
Who would have ever thought that we'd be in a
yeah.
pandemic that we don't know how long it's going to last? You know? Gee.
I'm well. Someone said so. Well, you know, before all these apps started shutting down and coming on and shutting down, and well, back in the Periscope days when things was a little more, you could find each other and
Right.
stuff like that. Uh, I hung around Randy a lot, and some of you, and some of a lot of the people that's over here now that I guess aren't here now and are moving on. Uh, I'm
That's
I'm
right.
myself. I'm.
Yep.
I mean, I can't agree with everything Happs is doing, but I mean, it's like, who am I?
I can't either.
And but I'm getting
Right.
too old. I'm getting too old to keep switching apps, switching apps. And
Mhm.
I just, I'm
You know,
gonna,
but it's true.
I'm gonna,
You know,
I'm gonna.
who are we to say that this app is good or bad? I mean, we didn't create it. The
Well,
creators created it.
yeah, but
And to me, it looks nice and clean right now. You don't have all the bells and whistles.
yeah,
It kind of reminds me of Periscope because Periscope was kind of clean. You didn't have all the bells and whistles, although you had the people could tap hearts, but you get them through the awards now anyway.
yeah.
But you don't have all the bells and whistles.
Well,
But the bells and whistles kind of you know, kind of annoying some. So now you got a clean app. And I would
yeah.
be curious to see what they're going to do to it next and what they're going to add. You know, we'll
They,
be surprised, I guess.
doing everything they
You
can
know,
do to destroy the people.
he's right.
Well,
They are.
yeah, but you know, we're gonna be tougher than that. We're, we can by God outlast that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were
Yeah.
a bit tacky. But I like the old studio where you could, I could put pictures of my camping trips that I go on, and I could show other people the campfires. Other guys were putting like DJ music on and some other stuff, that was enjoyable. But all that's
I don't know if
disappearing.
they ever have that or not.
No, I don't.
I don't know if they're gonna allow photos. Maybe they will later on.
Well, I was
Don't know.
told, I've been told, and I've been listening, and it sounds like it's going to be more to the musician side. Try to have, you know, uh, singers and musicians and stuff like that. It's going to be more of that orientated than what I can bring them.
Oh, you mean the desktop part of it?
Yeah.
You mean the desktop?
Well, no, mobile. Actually,
Yeah.
they want it mobile because it's easier for musicians carrying around a mobile than it is a laptop, and they can just
Oh, that's
put the mobile phone
true.
up here like
True.
this on the mic stand
Yeah.
and play the music and go on.
True.
So I that's
But like I said,
when
I don't know how they do it now without the wide, the landscape because they're used to doing it in wide, like Bobby does it in wide, and I don't know how they're managing in portrait.
well they
You know,
they can go to
I don't know.
they've got these other operating system. It's called OBS. You probably heard some people talking
Yeah.
about OBS. They can
Yeah,
they
I
can
don't know that. I don't know diddly about it because I've never used it. So
well, I haven't either, and uh, I could go use it. I really don't have any need to, other than like if there's like your sunsets and stuff like that. It's nice to have, you know,
right.
landscape. It You don't get that good of a picture on a portrait landscape. To me,
That's what I'm saying. If they want to gear the app for the musicians and the artists, then they need to add landscape because they can do a better job in their landscape than they can portrait. So
well,
maybe that's
that
coming. I don't know.
it may come later. I think if there's enough squabble about it, I think they may go ahead and bring landscape back. I have,
Yeah, they
like
might.
I said, we have with no tutorials or anything like that, you know, and a lot of the apps too now are. let's see, what is it? Like, yeah, it's Twitch. If you want to subscribe to, say, Randy or you or some of the others that got good content to watch, and that's
Hmm.
only if you don't have to. You can stop and listen to the commercials and still watch them for free,
Oh,
or you can
that's
you
cool.
can pay. I think it's $4.99 a month, and see, and that's what they get, or I don't think they get all of the 4.90. They get a certain portion of that subscription payment that you pay. Damien, do you know how much
Oh, I
they
didn't
get?
know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Twitch was a paying app.
Well, it's not a. You don't have to, but it's like when people in the beta version of Happs, they were sponsoring, and you could go sponsor $1, $2, $5, or
Mm,
whatever. To uh, not sure. I just joined. Okay.
yeah.
Well, anyway, you've got to have so many people to also uh, what do you call it, to be able to broadcast in Twitch. See, I've been over there long
Right.
enough now. I can broadcast in Twitch. Uh, it's a little bit trickier, but I have to monetize and get uh, people to do.
Now, is it hard? It is it hard to get followers there? I heard that it's not. That you gain following pretty fast there?
Well, they've got so many people. Like they've got their their people over there are in the millions. It's a big app. It
Yeah,
is
that's what I know. Yeah.
lots of people. So it depends on what you're uh, in the broadcasting side. I really don't know, to be honest with you. I know there's some been over there and they've done real good, real fast, and then there's some that's been over there a while and haven't done that great. Now,
Hmm.
I've got some followers, but I think you got to have at least 50 followers.
To
Or
broadcast,
I think so, which really, the
that's
from what
many.
some, well, how many followers you got here, Karen?
I've got 650 something.
Okay, well that's about where I'm at. I did have about 1,000, but when they put this new one on, I lost
A
400.
lot of people. Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot
so
of them left. I don't know if they'll come back or not. I hope they do.
well they they said they were stuck in the periscope, and I guess I don't know. Okay, and a lot of
Well,
broadcasts you need to
I think
verify.
a lot of it too. A lot of them didn't realize because I had to talk to Vince. He was having problems getting to work on his phone, and I went into one of his replays and I saw that, and I typed in there on his replay that to get it to work on his phone. He apparently didn't do it right away, and then finally he saw me type it again, and he realized that that's what he had to do because I didn't do that either when they I just went and updated instead of uh, taking it off and then going into the app store and putting a new one on. Nobody told us, so we didn't know. Vanita had done the same thing. She couldn't broadcast for about 3 days, and she couldn't figure out why until she finally realized, well, you got to take the old app off, completely remove it, then go into the app store and put the new one on. Then it worked. So she was happy she got to broadcast again. But nobody told us. We should have been warned.
Oh,
That's what we have to do.
well, yeah, I hope it ain't too late for some of the ones that you know lost. Uh, we lost a lot of good people, and
Yeah, unfortunately, we did.
but
Um, yeah, Banner
but
Man.
I think
He was.
I
He's
think
over. Bannerman's over on Heckle. He's been over there quite a while. He left Happs a long time ago. He got
I,
disillusioned with
I
the old app and he just left.
yeah, I'm gonna go get me a cup of coffee. I'm gonna stay here, but I'm going to turn off the camera
Okay.
like that. See, I like this
All
feature.
right.
See,
Oh, that is cool. Now, if
yeah,
anybody else wants to come up, let me. Yeah, I'll see if
yeah.
anybody else wants to come up. Does anybody else want to come up, like Damon or Kevin? Anybody else want to come up while he's getting a cup of coffee? So I don't want to just hear myself speak. I want to talk to somebody else too. So, because you're
Can
allowed to
you
have four in here. So
can you can you still hear me?
yes, I can. Yes, I can,
Okay.
Johnny.
Yeah, I just thought I'd do this that way. I'm not chasing through the house and shaking the camera around and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. There you
They,
go.
my dog
Well,
jumping
turning the
up on
camera
me.
on and off. Turning the camera on and off. That is a very good feature. I like that part of it because there's sometimes you don't want the
Yes, and you
camera
can
on
do
for
you
some.
you, you can also turn the mic off and on. Them three little dots at the bottom.
Yeah, the three at the dots is supposed to turn your camera off and the mic. Well, the mic
Yeah,
you could just push on the microphone, but the camera you have to when you flip it and stuff is on the three dots.
yeah,
Oh,
but you can. I think. Let me go back there again. Yes, and now it's got audio settings and send chat, which I haven't done that
mhm.
yet. I guess.
That puts it up
Oh,
on the screen, I
okay.
think.
Send chats is like uh, the broadcaster, like you can still chat to somebody.
Oh, I wondered about that because there's no
Yeah,
way for me to chat right. There's no way for me to chat right now because I don't have the chat bar. That's what that is. Okay,
yeah. Go down there where it says send chat, and then hit it, and then it'll let you chat to people in the room while you're still talking to
oh,
other
that's
people.
cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's kind of nice that we can do that. You know, Periscope, we could not chat on the replays. You could give hearts on the replays, but you couldn't give super hearts. There's a lot of things on Periscope we could not do that you can do here. So I'm kind of liking that. You know.
yeah, and just like also just, and I'm not trying to get any awards or nothing, but say if Damon wanted, he can give you an award because you're the broadcaster,
Right.
and I'm like the visitor or whatever you want to call, and he can give me one too while I'm in here.
I think that is kind of neat. I noticed that the other day on I think Michael's broadcast I was in there and they were giving awards to these other people and I'm saying and I'm commenting, I says, how are you giving these awards to other people? They said, well, at the bottom when you see the people, you just tap on the picture of the one you want to give the award to, which I thought was kind of awesome. So I did that
Yeah,
because Colin
yeah,
Porter was in there. I think I gave him one and True Seekers was in there and I gave him one. And it was kind of awesome that you can do that.
yes, and
So
you could spread it around. It can't, like, yes, the broadcast is good, but the people in it are also good too.
right, right.
That that
Exactly.
that's a uh nice thing that they changed to, I think. But
Yeah. See, like I
that
said, there are some things on this app that are absolutely fabulous. Other things could be a little worked on, but all in all, I think they did a marvelous job putting this new app out there. I know I couldn't have done it, so we need to stand by the creators and thank them for putting this app out there because we have features that I wasn't sure we were ever going to have. Being able where the broadcaster we couldn't do that on Periscope. I mean, you could not broadcaster could not chat with other people in their, just by voice, but you couldn't put the chat anything on the chat. So that's kind of awesome that we can do that. It's nice to have that feature.
yeah, there's good things and bad things, but you know the it's the way it's you know I understand what you're saying. They stay behind the. I guess you want to. I don't know, the tech team.
Right.
And let me get this going again. Let me see if I can. Let me do that. There you go.
There's a lot of people that have been complaining. They say that Happs sucks because Lenny was doing a broadcast. I was in there before I decided to do mine, and she was saying that people are complaining and saying Happs sucks and that. Well, that's because they don't know how to use it properly, or they haven't figured it out, and they're not willing to give it a chance and try to figure it out. You know,
Well,
I wasn't going to form an opinion on it until I was able to come in here and broadcast a few times. Then I was going to give an opinion as to how I liked it, because you can't just say off the bat, well, you see it. You're in there watching a broadcast and you can't just say, well, I don't like this app. You don't know until you've been on it for a while and you've done your chatting yourself, you
well,
know,
also,
watch some for a while.
it's not so much that, Karen. It's the way they went about it, and it's that it hurt a lot of people's feelings. Like there's people on here that was my friends, and now they can't come on and broadcast because
Yes, I know
they
what you mean because they
they
weren't
got
grandfathered in.
yeah they kind of left them behind, and pretty much, if I believe if they were here in the beginning, when you know see, I went on Happs in 2017 with Andrew King. Andrew King was a journalist, and hey, Eric,
Hi, Eric.
good
Nice
to
seeing
see
you
you,
too,
Eric. I
Eric.
haven't seen you. Oh, yeah.
Good to see you.
But anyway, back in 2017, at that time, Andrew King was a journalist with Happs, and he asked me to join back in 2017, and we had a phone conversation. We got off the app and got into phone conversation. At that time, he was down in Houston, and uh, he uh, he still visits Houston once in a while, but he's more or less based out of Washington D.C. now, and he's no longer with Happs. He is a member of Happs. Uh, I wonder if he lost his because he's not a regular broadcaster.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Right,
but,
right.
but he real nice fella. Uh, uh, very very good. Well, from what I seen back in 2017 and stuff, he you know very good journalist. I didn't see him do a whole lot of broadcasts, but some. I don't even know if you could go back and find any of them. But he wanted me to kind of like cover this area that didn't have uh, any coverage. But
Right.
and there again, I was, you know, basically, you just call it retired and looking for something to do anyway. So I said, sure, why not try it? But there's not where
Right.
I'm at. Honestly, Karen, there's not a whole lot going on. About the
Wow.
about the only time something goes on around here is we've got a training base here for the Air Force pilots, and if one of those crash, that's about all that goes on. And that,
Right.
uh, thankfully, that's a very very rare occasion. But other than that, it's especially since the oil field is gone, and uh, it's kind of depressed around here. Actually, there's not. They built themselves on the oil patch, and then they weren't thinking far enough ahead. Like, okay, this is going to slow down and quit one day. There's only so much you can suck out of Mother Earth, you know,
True.
and then you got to move on. So, but anyway, uh, it's a good place to raise your kids, you know, grandkids.
Right.
It's kind of a quiet community and stuff like that. But yeah, So anyway, when I seen Haps come back around again, I said, uh, "Well, let's try it. Let's see what they got nowadays." Which, as we all seen, they start out as a beta, and they was wanting to get away from the news and so much. They're still in it. They've got different. If you'll see on the web, they've got Haps News, Haps CO, Haps TV,
Mhm.
Haps something else, and they've got several different things they're trying out. But anyway, yeah, Eric, it's good to
Well,
see you. Haven't seen you
I
in
didn't know anything. I didn't know there was such a thing called Haps until December of last year when I was doing a Periscope, and Linda Raper, who's Sugar Drop, came in and she asked me, she says, Karen, have you ever heard of Haps? Because I knew at that time I'd already got the notification that Periscope was shutting down in March, and I
Yeah,
wanted a place to come. And she asked me if I ever heard of Haps, and I said, "No, what is that?" And she told me about it. So immediately after I got off the broadcast, I signed up right away, and I've been here since. So I've only been here since December of last year. So maybe that's why I was grandfathered in. I guess they said if you've been here since the beginning of December and grandfathered in, because when they first said 10K viewers, I said, "Whoa, I'm nowhere near 10K," and it would take me, good grief, it'd take me a
oh yeah,
long time to get
yeah,
10K because I only had 3,500 on Periscope, and that was in the 5 years I was there. So it took me that long. So can you
yeah,
imagine how long it take to get 10K on here? Ugh, too long.
yeah,
You have to be quite
yeah.
popular, like Randy. Well, he's probably got, who knows, maybe 100,000. I don't know. He's got to have an awful lot.
He's got a lot on a lot of apps. He Randy's been doing this over 10 years, and he's got a lot of following. Not
Right.
not just not just here, but I mean he's got it on, you know, Twitch, Twitter, uh, you know,
Right.
let's see, Facebook. He's got, I don't know, a half a million combined just throughout the social media. He's been doing it for quite some time and
Yeah.
been
Yes.
pretty successful. And then, uh, yeah, I think I finally found him again on. He was doing a broadcast on Twitter live,
Right.
and he said something that was his second time trying Twitter live,
Yeah, I know
and
he had problems with it.
yeah, that's what he said. He's been having problems with it. It's not fixed right either. So, there you go. You got another app that's not working right. But I don't know.
Oh, Eric,
I don't know.
that is a
Even know
shame.
how. I don't even know how to. I've been on hiatus for being live.
Did you see what Eric
Hopefully,
said? That's that's a shame, Eric. I've got a grandson that's autistic, and that's not right to be bullied like that. You cannot help that, and that's a dirty shame. People just don't know how to treat other people. That's a shame. The question that Damon asked, was Periscope the very first broadcasting app? That I don't know, but they were owned by Twitter, and I think they thought that they could probably make a go of it with it, but it just wasn't sustainable.
no, I
You
I
know,
don't
it
think they
just
were the.
couldn't hold up. And
I
I
think
really don't know where all my broadcasts are. They said something about they archived our broadcasts that we did on Periscope, and they were gonna put them on Twitter. Darn if I know where they're at. I'm gonna have to go look for them.
well,
People
you
said that you could still watch the replays through Periscope, but I don't
go
think
go
Periscope's
to
on at all unless you watch it through Twitter.
go to Google and go Periscope archive and see if you can't find it that way. Someone said they went and Googled it in Periscope
Okay,
archive, and I mean
that makes sense
yeah, I'll tell you
because
who
I
had
know
a bunch.
Twitter said they were going to archive them, but they didn't say where they were going to archive them at. So I was kind of wondering about that because I had, oh my goodness, I had well over 500 broadcasts.
Yeah,
Because you got to 500, then they started deleting them. So
I probably had it.
I was not on. Let's see, the very first year they started, I didn't broadcast. I waited a while, and then I started broadcasting, and I'd go on for maybe just a few minutes at a time because I was very shy. I
Yeah,
didn't know what people would think of me, so I just went on a few minutes. But then as I built my confidence up, I started going on an hour, 2 hours, and it was not unusual for me to be on 2.5 hours sometimes on Periscope. I
yeah,
really enjoyed it. I do
yeah,
miss it. However, I do not miss the trolls because they were out of control.
yeah. They were bad.
They didn't give a care because I had reported some trolls and they wanted me to give them the timestamp and everything. I had the timestamp and everything. I sent them to them and they looked at it and they said they didn't see anything wrong. I'm thinking, wow, calling me names and everything and they didn't see anything wrong. See, they didn't care. That's the problem. And it's
Yeah,
like Benita
yeah.
said, she never got her for her super hearts either. And I was
I
supposed to
didn't. I
cash
didn't.
mine out.
I had a bunch of.
There was no cash out button
Well, I had Super Hearts too, a bunch of
before
them,
before
and
before it closes. You couldn't. You
I
couldn't.
kept writing
So
in and asking and writing in and asking and stuff, and I they're gone, you know. So
yeah, I didn't get all mine either. I had some to collect and I didn't get them. Benita said she had quite a few and she couldn't get hers either. There was no cash out button.
but
They said to cash out, and I went in there and I thought, "Well, how do you cash out? It's all grayed out. It wasn't even available." So that was
yeah,
a flop. So, and
yeah,
I wasn't going to email them about it either because I figured they're not going to take any time to read the email and they're not going to get back with me anyway because they didn't care. So I just
yeah.
let it go.
That's that's me. Let it have it.
Yeah,
Move on to the next. Yeah,
exactly, exactly.
I come on sometime October, November over here, somewhere's in there, and
Oh, you did.
start yeah with halves, and then it showed when I first. What was weird is it showed that like member since 2017, and I'm going what? And I thought surely not, and I thought that was the old, the old hat, the news part. But I did. I get
Hmm.
somewhere or another. My name and stuff jumped over to the when I first went in and signed up for in 2017 for the news part. Back when they
Hmm.
broadcasters, I mean news broadcasters.
I just, I just never heard of it. It was just something that was not unfamiliar to me.
Yeah,
So when Linda brought it up, I said, "No, I never heard of it."
they had
But
a
I'm
lot of
glad
good.
I told her. I said, "I'm thankful she told me about it." It's not to come.
They had a lot of broadcasters on the news part that I watched back then, and there were some
Hmm.
good news broadcasters, and they were right on the lines of the war, and I mean they were dodging bullets. Uh-oh. Bernie says it's Tuesday lunchtime in Australia.
Yep.
We ought to go over and raid Bernie, but he probably wouldn't invite us. He's gonna eat and
Probably
run.
not.
He's gonna sit there and eat in front of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He never did. They do eat kangaroo. There's some people that do eat.
Really?
Yes, he told.
Oh,
I asked him. I said, "Do you eat kangaroo?" He goes, "I don't," but he said there are some people that do. And
oh,
I,
those cute little hopping
well,
kangaroos, and they
yeah,
eat that.
I know.
Oh my
It's kind of
goodness.
like I hope Ella's not on here, but it's kind of like eating bunny rabbits. You don't
Uh,
you don't
well,
say
I don't see it on here, but oh man.
Ella.
Well, my dad used to go hunt rabbit. He brought one home one time, and I fixed it, and that was very strong meat, very
They,
very
they,
strong. I didn't eat it after that is just really
they,
strong. Oh
Damon just
man.
said there's too many worms in kangaroo.
Oh, probably, David.
I,
Oh,
I
Eric said he was back in
just
2018.
Well,
lost
that's
that account and
yeah.
made a
I
new
was
one in December of last year.
wow.
Huh. See, like I said, I didn't even know it was out. It was even around then. Because I didn't think it started until December of last year because that's when I first came on.
Well,
So I didn't know it was on before that. So
they opened it up to all broadcasters back
yeah, that's
back
probably when it was in
last
December
year,
last year.
but it's been a news broadcasting. Well, I know when I went in 2017, uh, they were doing it then, and I don't know before that. I can't remember how much before that they were doing it. You know, but it's been it's been around a while, longer than I thought.
Right.
You kind of lost audio there for a second, Karen.
Oh, I did. Oh, I
Just
could
for
hear
a
you
second.
though. Huh. I could hear
Your lips were moving, but I couldn't hear nothing.
you. Yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, it's gonna happen.
Wow, I've been on here a long time. I didn't think I'd be on here this long.
Well,
Lenny
I
said she had done one with about 5 hours, I think, something like that.
well, I need to do a broadcast. I may do that here in a little bit.
Okay.
I
Now,
don't know
and
when.
now, when you want to leave, do I have to ask you out, or you do leave yourself? Because how does this work?
I got a big red button down here that says leave.
Okay, that
So
I wondered about that. Okay, all
so
right, that makes it simple because I
I
don't know how it
see,
works.
I'll tell you what. Next time I'm broadcasting, I'm gonna go invite you, and if you're out there somewhere, you should see it flash across the top of the screen,
Hmm.
and then
But
you
we have don't we have to leave the now? What I do is I leave the broadcast and then go in and then get do
invitation.
really not supposed. Don't you have to leave the broadcast once you get your invitation? Because that's what I do. And I'd
Yes,
go in the
yes,
activity and look for the invitation there.
right.
Is that how
That's
you're
what.
supposed to do it?
Well, that's the way I do it. I don't know if it's the way you're
That's
supposed
the way
to
I
do it,
did it too.
but it
When
works.
when Vanita invited me, that's how I would do it. I'd go out, I'd get the invitation, I'd go out, log, and come back in, and then go to the activities, and then go to the invitation. I'd find it there. There may be an easier way to do it that we don't know about. Somebody else knows about it. Let us know. But that's the only way I know how to do it right now.
Yeah, that's me. I don't know of any other way, and it works.
I
So
don't either.
I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it till they say something different.
Right
Speaking
on.
of
I'm
the
going to
devil,
stay on Happs for the duration because I'm going to stay on the Happs for the duration because I enjoy it too much and I don't want to have to leave.
yeah.
So
Speaking
I'm
of
gonna
the
I'm
devil,
gonna stay on until if they force me out and they say I can't do it anymore, then I'll have to find Twitter or something else. But as long as I can broadcast, I'm gonna do it.
there you
So
go.
I don't
Uh,
think they're gonna get rid of the ones they grandfathered in. That would be a little unfair. However, I think they should have done it a little bit differently than they did, but that's them doing it and that's the way they did it. So, you know,
yeah,
but I guess as I understand it now, they've lowered their requirements to 1,000 instead of 10,000 because they knew the
right.
10,000 would be impossible for people to get.
If
But the 1,000, their
if
requirements are a
I
thousand
see
now.
if I see some that can't broadcast and they're still here, I'm gonna ask them up into my broadcast so they can broadcast from my broadcast, and then they can
All
get
right.
and then they can get more followers, and then
Isn't
when
that
they
isn't that true when you invite people up or you go into another broadcast, you get more followers?
yeah, like see right now I'm broadcasting to Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter.
Oh,
So,
right. Well, see, I'm not on any of them right now because of the trolls I get, but um, I did have YouTube connected up and I disconnected it, but I might put it back on. I don't know, but
well, I
because
disconnected YouTube because
I had
was wanting to play music.
I had the comments disabled, but then I changed it. I changed it this morning to inappropriate comments being up for review. Changed it to that so people can still comment. Just the inappropriate ones can't. It won't be posted until I review it.
There you
So
go. Okay, well I'm gonna get off of here and go catch
yeah, I
Benita. I
think
seen
I'm
her
about
come
ready
on.
to too.
All
Yeah.
right, well
Well,
You
You
take
go ahead and
care.
leave, and I'll tell everybody goodbye. And
Okay.
thank you for coming on, Johnny.
You bet.
All right.
I'll be looking for
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye bye. Goodbye,
Bye bye.
everybody. Eric, see you later. Damon, good to meet you, and I'm following you. So we'll talk to you later, Damon and Eric. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye, Johnny. Bye bye.
Bye.
Well, I'm I'm about ready to close up myself, and I'm about ready to get out of here myself because I've been on a long time. I want to thank everybody for coming in. I'm grateful that you guys came in. I'm thankful for the awards, and I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. It started out with just me, but when Johnny came on, it made it a little more interesting. So next time I do this, let's try to get more people up. Now that I'm learning how to do this chat thing, it's a lot of fun. I didn't know if Eric wanted to come up or Damon, so I didn't invite you because I didn't know if you wanted to at the time. So we can do that for another time. So I think I'm going to go for now, and I'm going to go into another, see if there's other broadcasts I go into. So I hope that you all have a great day, night, morning, wherever you might be. Take care. God bless. Until we meet again, I love you. Bye bye.